Okay. Conor McGregor. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So, what's going on, everybody? You are now tuned into another episode of Everyday Heroz, and we got real name Wynton, JB Written, Aunt of Dragons, Jazz, the Queen Lioness, and Ace Hits on the show.
Oh, for sure.
And before we get into anything, understand we got the face mask in the building. All right, we're going to have a raffle and everything, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the show. We are going to show you this week how you can win a free face mask and a free hoodie. I might even throw in a t-shirt or something like that, maybe a crown. We'll see.
Throw in the t-shirt, bro. They want a t-shirt.
They want the t-shirt. We got t-shirts in this league. We got lots of t-shirts, and we got white, we got black. You know what I'm saying? We don't discriminate at all right? So anyway, don't forget to
Try that again.
that one's for him. All right, so check us out on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, everything. We in the mix, all right? Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. All right. Conor McGregor was arrested in Corsia. If you guys don't know what it is, because I didn't know what the heck that was. It's an island in the Mediterranean Sea and politically one of 18 regions in France and he was arrested for sexual assault and indecent exposure. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and educate yourself and Google it and come back to us. Just to throw his history a little bit on here, he has been, arrested for numerous things, felonies, for robbery, for taking a man's cell phone, throwing a steel dolly at a UFC window, and he punched an elderly woman for no reason in the face. So, elderly man in the face, let's go ahead and get into a conversation about this. Conor McGregor, came from nothing, came from the streets. And now, he's a UFC star. He's great. He's really great at what he does. But I don't know. Let's weigh these opinions. Let's start with Ace.
Yeah, well, on them type of subjects there, I don't know. You're a grown-ass man, so you should know better not to do these type of things. He did it in front of a woman that's already married. So this. I don't know. It's just a weird situation. I guess when you think you've got more money, you just do silly things, innit? And you think you're invulnerable to the world. I hope. But then again, now thinking about it, because I read it earlier, now thinking about it, how true is it? That's another thing. Did he really, did he actually do it?
Could
be that option. Did he actually do it? You got to think about this, because there is a lot of people that do say that he's done this and they do it for the money.
Right.
So there's also that side as well. It's difficult. It's hard to really pick a side.
I mean, you can kind of see him on video beating up the old person, punching the old person.
Yeah, but this recent one now, the one, there's no video evidence of it.
Correct.
I haven't seen anything to do with it online in terms of a video, so we don't know how true it is. She could be saying that he's done that because he could have. The scenario could have been he could have gone up to her, started speaking to her, asked her for a number, and she was just like, "Go away," and he kept on trying to ask for a number, and then it just didn't end well, and he just left in the end. And then she said, he's tried to flash me, and that's it. Lawyer up and hope that you get a check out of it.
But that's his second one. It's his second claim of sexual assault or doing something along those lines. Like, you know what I mean? I can understand you say how, it's true. Like, yeah, how do we know? You're right. How do we know R. Kelly did it? How do we know Bill Cosby did it? It's true. But this is a second claim on second, on sexual, doing something like that,
Doing something like that. What was the first one?
He had
back in November in 2019.
Yeah, the second one.
Okay.
I guess the New York Times reported it.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't have did that one either, though.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay,
Sorry to cut you guys off. I'm not gonna front like that, like showing, because I'm guessing he probably said to her, "Kiss my ass," and showed his ass to her, right? Because that could be it. That could be what they mean, and that is like a British thing as well, like British and Irish thing where a guy will literally flash his ass. Like, I don't get it. It's really weird. Like,
so y'all into some weird stuff over there.
Nah, but they do it. Like, it's weird. They do it. Like, I don't really want to be pointing at races, but you know what I mean? There's a specific type of people that will do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it ain't right.
Yo. All right. I mean, that's real though. That's real. Aunt of Dragons, it seems like you got something to say. What are your thoughts on this?
So, from what I did research on, he was on a yacht with his fiance, and he pulled his. Am I allowed to say the P word?
We're not monetized, so.
Okay. Well, he pulled his penis out, and bystanders saw, and one individual got offended, and they reported to the police as sexual exhibition. I think it's silly. I think his whole getting arrested is extremely silly because, I don't know, frankly, I think adults are so strange when it comes to body parts, because at a certain age in your life, if you see a penis or a nipple, it shouldn't faze you or bother you that much. Because it's just a body part. It shouldn't faze you to the point where it offends you. And also it kind of just it takes the real actual victims of sexual assault, it makes their cases less serious. Because whereas this individual, who it has been proven that he was extremely intoxicated, who just happens to pull his penis out because maybe he's being
that's not normal.
That's no excuse. That's no excuse.
It's no excuse to pull your penis out.
Hell no. No, it's no excuse.
We have a parade in Florida where women flash their nipples all the time.
Okay, so that's what they're doing.
So they should all be arrested for flashing their nipples.
That's the event, though. That's the event. You can't compare an event to somebody just chilling on the beach or whatever.
I guess you're expecting
you know what I'm
to see
saying?
nipples.
It's almost like you can't compare that. You can't compare it.
I don't know why body parts just bothers people. I don't.
You're not making it. No, but that doesn't correlate. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't correlate.
What do you mean?
Ding, ding.
I just told you it doesn't correlate. You can't compare a parade that people go to intentionally for that for something like you're just chilling on the beach or something like that. You can't compare that shit. That's almost like me paying to go into a nudist club, and if I see somebody with a dick or some vagina, I'm getting mad about it. No, I paid to go into a nudist club.
So you're saying that you're chilling on vacation with your family, yeah?
Yes.
Right, and you're just walking, and then some dude pulls his penis out to show a girl who asked to see it.
Why are you doing that in public? Why are you doing that in public? That's what I'm saying. I just feel like she's doing this for reaction, and that's cool and all.
Fuck yeah, I'm on action side. If you want to pull your penis out,
you know what? No, JB.
You can't be co-signing that, man.
Nah. That's totally whack, bro.
What they're trying to say is that there's a time and a place for those kind of shows.
You can't compare that.
I've never been that intoxicated that
I don't get it. I don't know. I just think it's silly. I think that if I take off all my clothes right now and walk down the street, I don't think it should be that big of a deal.
Someone yeah, but somebody would think something's wrong with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you?
They wouldn't think it's normal. They wouldn't think it's normal.
It's not normal to walk down the street without your clothes.
Okay, so now it's the fact now I'm rebuttaling what's not normal about seeing the naked human body when you look at it every morning and every night.
Yeah,
when you go
but
to
that
sleep.
that human body belongs to some. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people at the end of the day. Like, are you trying to say there's no need for the existence of clothes or something like that? Like, I
Yeah,
mean, we needed to protect our body
yeah.
parts, things like that. If you don't want to show your body parts and, like,
Oh, it.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Hey,
I just
look.
don't get where I understand where you're getting at, Ashley, but I don't
I
understand it
don't.
because it's
And
kind of like inhumane at the same time. You know what I'm
Okay, well, I
saying?
guess
Like,
for me, I have a theater background, right? So I'm used to where like we literally
That's
just
true.
like where we're backstage, we were changing backstage, we're naked, we're just talking, like just hanging out, like with no
yeah.
clothes on. So like for me, I'm desensitized from the fact that if a guy pulled out his penis, I would feel nothing.
Okay, but
If a girl pulled up took off her bra, I would feel nothing.
but there's also a difference between your work and your reality, right? And then on top of that, there is a difference whether you want to, believe that or not, and this applies to everyone. It doesn't just apply to you. So, when it comes, I kind of lost my train of thought on that. I did, but I just, when you're at theater, that's what you do at theater, right? Like when you're at a strip club, that's what you do at a strip club. You don't see the stripper, sitting up here twerking at Walmart, like, like all of them doing that, or you don't see me coming to Walmart just making it rain on cashiers like it's a strip club. No, that is, but see, that is your occupation. So theater,
But
yes,
he
you
didn't
may be
do that
desensitized,
though.
but it's almost like the comedian. It's almost like the comedian that doesn't find jokes funny anymore. He's
Mhm.
desensitized to it. Doesn't mean that it's not funny or it's not inappropriate to not laugh. So I mean, it does. Like I said, it just doesn't correlate. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna jump in here. Ashley, I'm on your side. I don't see nothing wrong with if you want to pull
Thank
your
you.
titties and penis out, go ahead and pull it out. But unfortunately, Ashley, it's in the laws and the law books. It's indecent exposure. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, when you break the laws, there's consequences to breaking those laws. You understand? So that's what it boils down to. You know what I mean? So he shouldn't have broke the law. He shouldn't have did it. But I understand what you're saying. We shouldn't be so sensitive to people's bodies. And in a little bit of ways, I'm on your side. A little bit of ways, no. It depends where I'm at. You know what I mean? If you're walking down the street and my little kids see you, I'm gonna have a big issue with you. You see what I'm saying?
But
So
see, if that happened with my kids, I'd be like, oh, well, that's a penis, that's a nipple, that's vagina, that's.
But some parents don't want to expose that to their kids early.
yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's normal. So that's
That's
why.
why it's a universe. Sorry, that's why it's a universe. You know what I'm saying? It's a national rule or whatever because it's just time and place for everything. But go ahead, man. Sorry.
You're good. And if you just got up and walked outside and walked down the street naked, I'm gonna tell my kids that's what drugs do. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's
It's
kids
true.
stay off of drugs. You know what I'm saying? It
It's
looks
true.
weird. And McGregor is drunk, and that's what drugs do.
Ew.
It gives you that confidence to pull out your penis. You know what I mean? So, only an alcoholic or a druggie would think it's okay to do it at that moment. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that, of course, there shouldn't nothing be wrong with it, but at the same time, you gotta have respect for people and
Exactly.
and their thoughts. Like I don't like a lot of things being too open. You know what I mean? I don't tell you every time I have sex. You know what I mean? So it's just something I don't need to keep sharing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I feel like your body parts don't need to be shared to the world unless everybody want to see them. And if you at that place where everybody want to see them and you want to pull them out, pull them out.
Put your pussy list online.
All right. So you want people to go to jail. You want people to go to jail. I see. Jazz, you got any comments on this? I feel like we all kind of got off, but you on it.
Yeah, so pretty much from the story that I got, he had showed a young lady his body parts. He had got interviewed and was released from their custody and everything. And from his history, here's one thing. His history says when he hit the old guy at the bar, he pleaded guilty. When he threw whatever at the charter bus to the UFC fighters, he pleaded guilty. To this particular issue, he clearly is saying he had nothing to do with it. And one of his statements is, "The truth will always set me free. Be it baby father claims, rape, indecent exposure, bullshit, WhatsApp group shit, you fucking name it, it never will fold." So he's supposedly like really down and out about this incident, but unfortunately, because of his like bad rep of having a bad attitude and just not really being able to think clearly, do I think he did it? It's a high chance, a high possibility. But on the other end, anything that he has done, he's also pleaded guilty to. So
yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it. That's a really good way to look at it. You know, I didn't really think of it that way. So that's really interesting take. Any other final thoughts from anyone?
Yeah, man. I got some final thoughts.
Go ahead, man.
You know, how much the people in UFC is going to keep forgiving him.
Oh, they're already setting up fights already. I saw today.
I know, but I'm saying though, like, there's nothing this guy could do. No wrong that he could do.
It's the same with John Jones.
I mean, but John
Jones hit a woman who was pregnant and did a hit and run and still got back on the UFC.
So you guys are saying that it's UFC's job to pretty much hold their fighters accountable for their actions outside of the ring?
Yeah, I mean, if you work somewhere, right, which you do nails, and say if you have somebody under you and they keep fucking up, you gonna keep bringing them back?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, because, bro, okay, this should be this week's playback, which is when the NFL driver said the N word. You felt like NASCAR was way too hard on him for giving him the repercussions that he got, which was to lose his job title and his sponsorship.
He said something.
But that's saying the N word to actually hitting somebody. You know what I mean? Like actually assaulting somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's different.
Okay, well, he technically didn't assault anybody this time. It was just indecent exposure.
It was sexual assault.
Alleged.
And it was exactly.
Which is against the law. You can't. That's like, you know what I mean? Like,
and saying the N-word is against the law too. Whether you say
it's not. Unfortunately, it's not.
I guess without derogatory intent or whatnot, but. Either way, you guys are saying that they should hold him responsible for.
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question, though. I'm glad you asked that question, and I'm gonna let you go, Ace, right after me. I'm sorry, bud. You know, after the first time, I understood. You know what I'm saying? And then after another time, he did the bus thing. You know what I mean? After time, then he had one sexual assault. Then he had two. I feel like sometimes they treat black people more, they give white people more of a lenient, you know what I mean? Or they might do it in UFC. I don't know. But I just feel like they're giving him more of a lenience and keep bringing them back. Now, when is enough? Like, how many times do we have to fuck up and do these things and be in these things for him to be like, okay, you're doing too much. You know what I mean? That's like, you keep paying them, like, you know what I mean, to just keep fucking up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's how I feel.
You know, to kind of piggyback off that, it's also about the narrative, right? Like you know, when people talk about, when it comes to a black person, they do something wrong, right? It can be the most minute thing, and they want to take it even after they're dead. They'll still bring that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never live it down. But for some reason, you don't see people posting about Conor McGregor. You don't see people saying anything about him. You know, and that was kind of my reasoning of picking this topic, because it's like, all right,
So
at some point, you know, go ahead.
you're wrong about that. Over here, they talk about Conor McGregor a lot.
So it must just be the Americans then, like, because I know he's from Ireland, right? So I guess that, you know, it's kind of like representative of Europe in a sense, right?
Hmm? Yeah,
Okay.
Ireland is over here in the UK. It's its
So
own
it's a
island.
lot.
So what you think about it, Ace? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, you know, why they keep bringing him back? Is it money?
No, I'll tell you what it is. It's popularity. He's a popular figure in the sport. They need him. UFC is one of those sports that's very up and down due to the type of people that's in that sport. If they haven't got a John Jones, then they need a McGregor to keep the sport going. Like who else after that have they got? Can you name? Do you know what I mean? Anderson Silva's too old now. Like there's too many other people. Chuck Liddell, all of these old people, they're too old now. So
Yeah.
it's like UFC needs to still keep going, and they need McGregor because McGregor brings in the money. He brings in
money.
brings in everything. He brings in the revenue, brings in the hype, all of that stuff here. That they need McGregor.
And I'm not gonna sit here. I love his fights. I love the way he fight. I love watching his fight.
He's not that good.
What? 22-4 and not that good?
He's not that good. I don't think he's that good, man. Like he's got a lot of
You don't like his
holes.
technique?
Yeah, he's got a lot of holes and flaws in his game, man. Like there's a lot of UFC fighters that could give him a good fight.
Why do you think he's so
His
successful?
technique isn't that strong.
He's good at getting in your mind. He's very good at that. He can talk the talk, and yeah, it's a good thing. Like when he fought like Nate Diaz, and to be fair, he came back.
He lost Nate Diaz the first time and beat him the second time. Yeah,
he beat him again. And the reason why he lost the first time is he was trying to get into Diaz's head so badly, and it just didn't work. Diaz loves that shit. He thrives from it. So he ended up beating him, but then he came back bigger and stronger and did the job. But to be fair, he's good. But I don't know, man. Like for me, it's
hard to say he's not good, man.
No, he'll get his props. He'll get his props from me. Like I won't deny it. But he's just very kind of weird when he fights. When I look at him,
he's hard to like though because he talks so much shit.
Nah, he's all right. He's a funny guy.
I love that about him.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny.
All right. So, any final comments on this?
Yeah, he need to tighten up. His attitude is terrible, and everything that we've pretty much talked about is recent. Okay, from 2018 to this point. So, Buddy has some anger issues. He might need to come back out of retirement. I know they were talking about that in his pictures that he might be coming back to fight. But from the way it's looking, he might need to, just because he just got a lot of loose screws going on, seems like.
What's up, Ashley?
Like, don't all athletes have anger issues? Like, no, sorry. I feel like someone's gonna.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like all that, everything that they do, everything that they put in, everything that they work hard for, and then also combination of being exposed to people who try them in public all the time, people who talk shit to them face to face, like they're not human, not like they're not going to retaliate, you know? And then when they do retaliate, we're like, oh, they did this. They shouldn't have done this because this is the law. It's like, no, you try to grown-ass human being who is 3 times the size of you, who can break your neck with a pinky. Like, I don't think we don't take that into consideration at all. I do think that McGregor is very financially useful for the UFC. And when he does come back, I will watch his fights.
All right, and I'm gonna point out something that JB said earlier, and I have to kind of highlight something that Aunt of Dragon said in that. And I don't think all fighters have anger issues, but JB did say something earlier when we talked on the phone. He said all the greats, all the greats that you see, like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, you know, all the greats you see, and you know, and when he started off telling me that, he said Conor McGregor is great. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a really good fighter. and he's just one of those greats that just gets into a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's a really good point that he brought up earlier. So wanted to give him credit on that.
That's a fact. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. Any other final comments, Ace, JB?
We Gucci.
All right.
Apart from just, I think with McGregor, it's just, I don't know. He's in a tough spot, innit? He's got a lot of money. He could retire, or he could just come back and, you know, fight. Because it's like, what am I doing it for now?
But I'm saying though, do you think it's contracts that's holding him in, or do you think it's he don't have enough money?
Nah, he's fine. He's got money. He made a lot from that Mayweather fight, man.
Yeah, he made like 7 million. Yeah, he made about 7 million.
He made more than that. He made more than that. I think you have to go and do that. He made a lot more than that.
Does anybody understand why they drug tested him?
They always drug test.
They always drug test.
I'm saying even after being retired.
He's still fighting. No, they're still scheduling.
He's not technically. He say he retired, but I don't think he's technically retired because I think he's still under contract.
Yeah, I think he is, JB, because they were talking about him today on UFC News. How they're gonna schedule him for another fight. And
when you under contract, you have to have a certain amount of fights before you can actually retire. Or if you break contract, then you have to give that money back. So,
so why is he being dishonest then? Because he's saying
he can retire. He just have to pay that money. You know what I'm saying? Back that he already probably got a contract for. You know what I mean? So he can retire, but technically he didn't retire if he didn't give them. You know, if he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I just think I think he don't got as much money as people think he do.
That dude earned a lot of money from that Mayweather fight, man.
Yeah. It was 130 million, by the way, but still,
that's a lot.
But still, you can blow that. Trust me.
That's not a lot. Wait, how old is he? He's like 39, right?
Nah,
he's our 32.
I believe you can blow that, but I don't know, man.
Blow that in like 2 weeks.
I don't know with McGregor. He's smart, man. Like this guy came from nothing. And 9 times out of 10, when people come from nothing, they kind of hold that money down. And he does a lot for his family and his community. Yeah. He's done a lot. There's a lot of good things he's actually done.
And he also has a successful whiskey too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, exactly. And it's very successful. That should be selling out. Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
He's got businesses, he's got houses, he's invested in a lot of stuff. Don't think that guy is broke. He ain't broke. Far from it.
All right. Cool. Well, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the show. This is Everyday Heroes from Real Name Wynton, JB Written, Jazz the Queen Lioness, Ace Hits, and Aunt of Dragons. This is Everyday Heroes. Signing out.